out and get moving. Come on, get up, get out, and let's do it. Come on, get up, get out, and start grooving. Juggling around to the sound of music. Music.
That's I Love It from Icona Pop here on 96 FM. We have a real live eco warrior in the studio. Come in nice and close to the microphone. Mr. Jerry Rasmus, come on.
Aloha.
Now, I tell you what, I've not really come across an eco warrior before, but you have a nickname, do you?
Yes,
here. What
do.
Is it?
They've been calling me Koto for the past almost 40 years. Started in Hawaii, Maui, Hawaii.
Yeah.
And Koto means keeper of the ocean, K-O-T-O.
So you've been looking after the ocean all this time, have you? God,
Yes.
God, that's a big job, isn't it?
It is a big job. It gets bigger every day.
I can imagine. Now, do you mind being called an eco warrior?
I love it.
Yeah, because just explain exactly what it is that what's your whole attitude to life then?
Well, I'm trying to, one thing is leave this place better off than when I arrived, which is getting to be very hard to do.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to set examples to others because when this ocean dies, we all die, and it's getting ready to die, especially in places like Thailand. So
why is that? Why is that?
Well, a lot of people, be it Thai or Falang, discard things carelessly, and they either end up in the storm drains going into the ocean, or the fishermen on the boats are dropping them, plastic bags, cigarette butts, cigarette lighters, bottle caps. I've opened up many fish, turtles that are filled up with these things because they don't digest, and they choke to death and die, and of course their offspring, their children, die also.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's become a mess, a horrible mess.
So how long have you been doing this? I mean, when did you first sort of get into this attitude of trying to be good and green?
Okay, 1980, I was staying on top of Haleakala, which is a volcano in Maui, Hawaii, 10,023 feet above sea level. And I'm standing above the clouds, and I'm looking down, and I was saying, what's it all about, Alfie? Why am I here? And I saw some garbage around me, and I said, well, I'm here. I might as well try to make look a little nicer. So I started removing trash from that day on, and I've been cleaning streams, rivers, creeks, waterfall areas, and of course oceans. Wherever I'm at, I remove.
It's a massive job, isn't it? Do you ever feel like you're not getting anywhere with it?
No, I find for every item I remove, and say there's 1,000 items in one day, it's 1,000 less chances that it can be ingested by a child, a bird, a fish, wildlife in general.
Yeah.
So
but it's a difficult job, isn't it? It must be an uphill job all the time.
Well, it's job security. I have a job for my life.
That's very true. Yeah. Okay, what can people do to help?
Well, just to be a little bit aware, it's bad enough for the person that leaves it behind, but the other person that sees it and doesn't do anything about it is getting in that same category.
Yeah.
We all need exercise. I've tried to start a thing called wastercising for the nifty over 50, and youngins can join.
Yeah.
You bend at the waist to pick up the waist, and you try to get rid of both.
So you do having an exercise workout at the same time.
Exactly. I see these people running down with their $300 tennis shoes, or they're in Tony's gym looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
You got all the exercise you need just helping Mother Earth.
Yeah. This is very true. Now, how old are you? Do you mind me asking?
No, I'm 75 years old.
And you're looking incredibly fit.
Mahalo.
So that's quite a testament, really, to what you just said.
Yeah. Well, it's diet, outlook, and exercise, and giving back. Or you put all those three together, and it's in your favor.
What a wonderful attitude. Well, I like that one. Yeah, very good.
Thank you.
Now, you've what's the highlight of your career? Would you call it a career?
Well, the highlight is when I look behind me and I see a beach that is spotless, that was totaled with plastic and bottle caps and cigarette lighters.
But have you ever achieved something that you didn't think could have been achieved, and that stays with you?
Just still being alive. I was supposed to die in 2001. I've dodged a bullet since then. Yes.
Yeah? What happened there? Do you mind me asking?
The doctors found out in 1999 I had hepatitis C, which from San Francisco doing the drugs, and cirrhosis of the liver from over drinking. They said I had 2 years left to live.
Wow.
So the things I did in Hawaii became outlawed because the California law has come in.
Yeah.
And I sold cars and boats and motorcycles, rented rooms. They wanted me to get $1 million insurance, used car license, hotel license. My mother just passed away. So friends of mine said, come to Thailand, 45 baht to the dollar back then.
Right. How long ago was that?
I came here in 2001.
Okay. So you've been here like 12, 13 years, something like that.
Close to 13 years.
And so in that time, have you really sort of put all your efforts into this area?
Oh, yeah. Well, they need me here more than they ever did in Hawaii, you know. And I made Jomtien Beach my main target to repetitionally do that, and Satihip at Hatnang Rang Beach.
Yeah.
And I try to clean up daily to set examples, and maybe if it gets big enough, Pattaya City Hall will start using it as a guideline for the rest of
That's very, very laudable indeed. And what do you do on a daily basis then? You know, do you do this every day?
7 days a week. One of the main reasons is I've got dogs depending on me. I was feeding up to 100 dogs a day, 20 kilo dog food, 8 gallons of water. But there's always massive pickups and removals where they take them to Satihip, to the one-way dead-end hang-up place where they die there.
Sure.
So I try to make at least that one day with water and food in their belly a good day for them.
And to that end, you've got a little collecting box here. Could you want to just hold that up? That's a box which you've got, and you're putting in various different places.
Yeah, just...
what is this for?
Well, it's for donations to buy dog food and cat food. I'm on a limited budget, and so the donations help me put this all together.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. Now, again, fantastic. So we'll put that downstairs in our office, and if anybody wants to come into Pattaya People offices, they can actually donate to you directly.
Mahalo
for
Thank
that.
you.
Come on, get up, get out, and start grooving. Juggling around to the sound of music.
You lived in Hawaii for a long time, and are you a surfer?
I've surfed quite a bit. I use a 10-foot board, so it's easier to stay on top of instead of hot dogging.
Yeah.
I started rather late in my life.
Yeah, but that's obviously a passion, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still do it?
I haven't done it here, no.
It's not you haven't quite got the waves here, have you? Really?
True story.
No. Now, as an eco-warrior, give us some tips on how we can be better at keeping the planet clean. It might be obvious, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, you know, you pack it in, you pack it out. So many people that are, well, and I'm going to bring up smokers with the toxic filters. They don't realize that there's only one little item they're flicking, but there's hundreds of thousands of people doing that. There's poison inside, so you don't ingest the poison. The filter, children have been known to ingest them and get deathly ill. 40 years ago, I helped a mother with her baby choking to death, had a cigarette butt in it. I've helped 3 mothers in Jomtien, one with a bottle cap in its throat. Small things get put into people's and animals' mouths. Babies up to 2 years old put whatever they can into their mouth.
Yes.
Just be a little bit aware of what you've got. Carry a little plastic bag, butt the cigarette or your water bottle, put it in it. Please don't discard your cigarette butts. I mean, you know, it's a horrible habit. It was the last thing I was able to quit about 9 years ago. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, God. Thank you, coconut tree.
Coconut tree? Why?
Well, I find on every island there's coconuts, and that's how many people end up surviving. There must be a reason for it.
Very good. Very good. So I tell you what I always notice is if we have a big rainfall and we get floods around Pattaya and that, after they've gone down, there's litter everywhere, isn't there? You don't realise how much litter there is about until something like that happens, and then it's just shocking.
Yeah, well, and a lot of it goes into the ocean, and they finally, it's the first time I've seen them do, they were mucking out all the sand and dirt that's been in these storm drains, which made the hole this big to a hole this big, so things would block up and you'd get all this flooding.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, there was heavy rain in Jomtien, and I saw it coming over the curb on Jomtien Beach in the stores. I walked out, and there was about 7 storm drains, and I removed the leaves and the plastic, and it drained down and went away.
Amazing.
This preventative maintenance, or the people that have businesses need to just step a little bit further out of their business to see if they can do something to correct the problem.
Sure, yeah, they don't think about it till after the event, do they?
Yeah.
So any more tips? Anything else that you can think of that are simple things that we can do in everyday life?
Yeah, well, to me, like plastic bags are a horrible thing. You put a plastic bag over your head, you die. I pull plastic bags out of buried in the sand daily, which I find dead clams and other living things, living creatures that live on beaches in the water that have died because they cannot do what they normally do.
Yeah.
You know, just be aware of these things. Find a garbage can. Carry it a little further than you need to. Maybe the dumpster is a little bit further away than needed, but we all need the exercise. Walk up to it and use it.
I bet you're a big believer in karma, aren't you?
Oh, for sure. for sure.
And that means a lot, doesn't it, really? Because if you're looking after creatures, even just the smallest creatures or something like that, you know, you're going to get looked at.
You get back what you give.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, the wags of tails, and I feed them minor birds. We have minor birds in Hawaii also. And, of course, when I leave these dogs I feed, the pigeons are ready to attack. So I'm feeding quite a few animals, and the cats.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better than a purr or a wag of a tail or a chirp from a bird, knowing that you contributed into its life that day. Yeah, no, it's a wonderful feeling. It's priceless.
Yeah.
And I also reach out for the homeless that have these dogs or don't have dogs. I give them bottled water. I give them, if I have bananas, apples. Sometimes there's a girl I give 20 baht to because I know she's not a drinker.
Yeah.
You know, but mainly it's food and some conversation. I have these little candies here that I pass out, Copicos.
Right, okay.
And I find the more you give, the more you get. And I'm surviving on...
It could be as simple as that, can't it?
So simple. And the inner wealth, my cup runneth over with it. It's priceless. I'm broke financially, but I'm loaded with inner wealth.
But you have a fantastic car, I understand. Tell us about your car that you run around
It's a Daihatsu. I've had it now for about 7 years. A friend of mine from Hawaii put the camper shell on the back. It looks like a pagoda. I constantly put pictures on it because the plywood's starting to self-destruct. And, of course, I like to advertise also. But I look like the clown in town. And I also have a red nose that I sometimes put on to play the part.
Yeah.
But it's perfect for what I do, and it gets a lot of people looking at it. And I'm trying to attract all the attention I can because I'm trying to shake the trees and wake the people and set some examples.
Very good. Now, you have a very unusual instrument, I've noticed over here. Can we just have a look at that? Now, it looks like a shell.
This is a horn helmet conch shell. I've sprayed it gold. One reason because that's Ty's color. And another reason, I used to sell these years ago, and I'd always end up selling my best one that I had tuned in. So I started painting them back then also. I've had this particular one now 30 years.
Right.
So it's when I put up a large poster and I want the attention of people so they see the poster, I will honk this twice and then say a couple things in Thai.
Do you want to do a bit of honking?
Can I stand up to do this?
You can do however you feel, yes.
Well, I need all the wind I can get.
Okay, here we go.
That's in case something's sleeping inside of it. You don't want it to bite you on the lip.
Right. That's loud.
Yahoo! Kitty, Tandy, Twine, Ilung, Kong, Rao. For long and Thai, please take care. Don't discard anything on the beaches. Let's take care of Mother Earth. Kapung Krap, Mahalo, thank you.
Way!
Yahoo!
So is that kind of your war cry as an eco warrior? Is that like a war cry?
I used to do this in Hawaii. The humpback whales would come up to the surface because they felt the vibrations.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And when you're out there and
That
if
must
it's
be a sight
nighttime,
to see.
you honk the conch to let people know you're coming in because they don't see you.
Yeah, that's loud, isn't it?
Oh, and I held back on it.
Yeah, yeah. And how do you make one of those?
Well, you don't make one, you dive for them. They're 30 to 60 feet deep. It has a conch that grows inside that you can eat. And the only thing I really did...
So it is actually from the seed bed?
Oh, yeah. I cut off the end to make the hole to honk.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is... they're like large snails.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think we should have a little campaign around town. Honk if you see Koto. Everybody should have one of those, shouldn't they?
Everybody should have one.
Brilliant stuff. Thanks for coming in and entertaining us this morning.
My pleasure.
If anybody wants to get involved, how do they get involved? Have you got a website or anything like that?
Yeah, it's you can hit Solution to Pollution. Should find me. You go to my website, Jerry T. Rasmus Facebook. On my Facebook, tap me a line and I'll send you my blog, my website, whatever you need to know.
And you've always got things going on, have you? You're always doing these kind of little events that people can get involved with.
Oh, yeah, and if any time you're down in Jomtien Beach between Soi Wat Boon and the police box, sometimes Dong Tang Beach, if I'm feeling a little more power, If you see my truck, I'm close by, or if you see a lot of dogs in one area, I'm right there. Stop by and see me.
I guess people who are similar-minded to you, right? It's a great little like social event as well.
Oh yeah, it's a fantastic day with the handshakes, the ride-ons, and now and again donations, be it bot or dog food. It keeps the wind in my sails and the flame under my butt. It's a priceless life. More should come out and try it. It's enjoying life to its fullest. Most of these friends of mine, they started kicking back at 65, 75. A lot of them die within a short length of time. You got to keep on trucking. You got to keep on moving. Diet, outlook, exercise, and giving back is the solution to pollution.
You are a massive inspiration to people, right? And keep on doing what you're doing. It's fantastic. Well, so I think big round of applause.
Mahalo.
Jerry Rasmus. He is Koto, the Eco Warrior.
Mahalo, kapung karap, and thank you.